Welcome to the Vanguard. It's getting close to the end of the testing, and I just wanted to include a couple more videos. I am, again, enjoying it. I think we're going to talk today about some of the negative things that we've seen. It's quite a few, actually, negative things. A lot of people just don't like it, and I don't quite get why. I think the balance is probably more in the positive than the negative. But I could be wrong, post in the comments. But I think generally the rule of thumb for feedback is you only really ever hear about from 15% or so of people, and usually because they're at the extremes, either way too positive or way too negative. I put myself comfortably in the middle. I like it. The gun game is good. I actually really do enjoy the shoot and gun bit. PvP is kind of fun. I felt on edge every time I deployed. So these are all good things. But I think there's a lot of things I didn't like. Like, it's a looter shooter. As you saw just then, the AI is a bit poor as well. And there's quite a few things that I just think, let's hope they push forward with. This is a pre-alpha, pre-beta, pre-alpha. So it's a tech demo, really. Part of me is thinking the reality of this is that it's going to be a tech demo to show to investors or the bosses to say, can you give us a bit more money to carry on with this? I hope they get it, because I think it's a really worthy addition, particularly because I've been playing some of the stuff that we've done with Star Citizen. You see where the world is there. I mean, that's $1 billion game, I know, but the difference here is astronomically different. Like, it is just night and day. You have a persistent first world, which is basically Eve first person, and you can do basically anything there at all. So genuinely quite surprised and impressed at Star Citizen. I think I will do some videos of it because I thoroughly enjoyed it. So if you play Star Citizen, give us a shout and we'll hook up. Josh has been showing me the ropes, so he's been a star here. So Vanguard, I think there's some negatives. The looting part of it I don't feel is very good. I struggle with the looting bit. When you play things like Tarkov or The Division or, well, anything really, Stalker for example, you feel like you're looting things. And there's like an excitement with that. In this, it doesn't feel great. I think it's just because it's icons. In Stalker, when it's like little boxes, little rusted boxes and gun ammo and things like that, it all looks isometric and beautiful. In this, the icons, I don't think they work for me. I'm not a fan of the icons. You mine something, you get like a little square that says 130 bismuth or whatever it was. And I think I was kind of like a bit sort of sad about that. Oh yeah, I did teabag people. If I have teabagged you, I'm sorry. Feel free to do it to me because I probably die more than I kill. I think my kind of feeling is that the looter part of it is not great. I know you need to do it. It just doesn't feel like it looks right. So here, looking around, here's a good example actually, because this is a video of me trying to figure out mining. I couldn't work it out. I know I need to just play with a group and they tell me what I'm doing, but my problem is I'm a bit of a tit. Oh, and yeah, I did have some latency issues. There you go. They just saw a bit of lag there. Good example. And I think that's my problem is there's just a lot of uncertainty as to what I'm supposed to be doing. Now, what would have maybe helped is just a guide that says, okay, did you know you could do missions? Like, it took me a while to figure that out. You can accept a mission that is to go and do something particular in the map, and then you go do it. Now, Juno told me that because Juno's a star and he knows everything about his game. And I feel kind of embarrassed that I really am finding out things every time. And I think that's the issue really, is because and again, that's a perception. So a lot of people will have come into the game thinking, from the browser, when you log into Eve, it says try this game. So there will be people that aren't in the Discord. They have no idea what's going on. That's the issue. You're assuming, maybe I'm assuming that everybody's going into the Discord. They're not. What I think people have done is they've downloaded something from the browser. They've logged in, they've been killed immediately by someone who's played like 300 hours already. And, someone like me, I guess. And I think that's the issue, is that you're kind of alienating people here a bit. So a thought would have been, and here's just a thought, is some more documentation that just explains a little bit, like how to extract, for example, the motion sensors, number 2, why you would mine. Why are you looting? What are you looting for? Maybe an example of some of the production, maybe. I don't know, but I just feel that's something that was missing. Now, maybe that's just me. Maybe that's my old brain not being able to process kind of exciting new things. It is still so new. Again, it's a tech demo. But for me, someone from software, if you're going to deploy something, you probably should explain to people what it is and what it does. And I think they've produced something here filled with features. I mean, it's really nice. The Mission Command Center, but you didn't look at that, did you? The ability to run contracts, the ability to make consoles to put on top of consoles in the map to then do things. What you're about to see here with the mining rigs, for example, I thought was brilliant. Like, this was like, wow, I didn't know you could do this. So loads is in this tech demo, but I don't feel there's enough explanation of it. But there we go. So a gripe, a very small gripe, because it's kind of it's a nice gripe to say, oh, there's too many things to do. That's a wonderful problem. I think the worst thing could have been that it was a bit stark. That is actually probably worse. So I'm not being sort of overly critical here. I think my frustration is more, I'm just stupid and I didn't know what to do. I generally play solo, and that's my problem. With corporations, if they brought that in, that would make it a bit easier, because that's how Dust used to work. I did run solo a few times, but it was still benefited from people that were smarter and cleverer than me, that knew the game better than I did. But here we go. Look, this is exciting. Like, this was like, oh wow, this is a thing of wonder I just saw there. That to me is some amazing bit of something happening. It's mining, is it? I don't know. As I kind of thought, right, I'll hang around here and start to kind of figure this out, I basically was jumped and it all kind of went a bit south. And I'm okay with that, because that's, oh, there we go, see, got jumped. That was Bojangles. Funny enough, we were having a chat in Discord about all of this, so it's kind of pure luck that I managed to kill him. But it's kind of fun. I like the fear that the game gives you. I love games like that. Like, this is, to be honest, like what Eve was like back in the day when I first started playing. Nullsec was empty. No one lived there. You went to Nullsec to go and mine things, so Arcanor and things like that, and Bistot. And the best thing about it is you'd go 50 jumps to find the belt, you'd mine it, and then you'd jump 50 jumps back. And you would see people passing you to do the same, and you would be like, hi, how are you? And sometimes you kill them, sometimes they kill you, but it felt very sort of Wild West, and I like that. And I think this could be the same thing. I got that feeling from this, because the assumption is everyone's out to kill you. So there's a nice little video bit here where I'm kind of showing you a bit of an interesting bit of gameplay. I spawned in, I was looking around. There was definitely a player here, and I think that they were stalking me. And I like that, because that just showed very clever gameplay. So whoever you were, well done. I mean, I fell to my death, so I'm a complete incompetent nincompoop anyway. But as you can see, it was, I recloned, and it was interesting to me that someone would do that. And when they showed themselves, I just shot at them, and I feel bad for doing that, because I think the reality is I probably should have been nicer. You'll see it as the video progresses. And I think if we could just get a bit more of that gameplay, like, I think there was too much kind of Dust 514, you're the enemy, I'm going to shoot you, rah. And I think I'd like to have seen more immersive gameplay. Like, I like the idea of punishing people that kill too many. I know, bear with me, I'm not saying we do that. What I'm saying is we have a system where if someone is just a complete blood kill frenzy dude, then there should be that the NPCs really start to ramp up and come after them. It should even be there's orbital bombardments that pushes them around, makes it so they have to change their gameplay continually the more you kill. Kind of like things like that. I think that gives a choice to say, well, look, are you going to have a problem with this game of just hardcore PvPers griefing absolutely everyone who deploys, knowing where the spawn points are, knowing how to play the game better than they do, and just killing them because for no benefit? That's the thing. How do you stop that? Division did it really well with the rogue mechanic. That was quite good, because then players gang up on that. So maybe in this you need to have some maps where PvP is the core focus, maybe some maps where the industrial looting part of the game, PvE even, is primary. So yes, you can still PvP, but maybe when you've killed like over 5 people in a row, maybe then the game starts to show your position. Maybe there's a kind of sensor net, a Concord sensor net, that basically says, okay, you're killing a lot of people, and we need to find a way that people will hunt you. And I think, again, Division did this beautifully with the rogue system, that it becomes an incentive to come kill you. Now imagine that, a bounty placed upon you. I mean, I saw a guy in Discord yesterday, basically, who had killed, I think, 40 people. I might be wrong, but I think it was like blib, 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 blib plus 30. And I'm like, are you shitting me? And that's nothing wrong with that, but it just makes me think, oh God, that's a lot of people to kill in one run on 2 clones. I mean, something about it didn't sit well because it felt griefy. And the guy, I think, was even boasting that he was kind of griefing people with like a sniper rifle. Nothing wrong with this. I have no issue with any of this. But you have to give people the ability to fight back. And unfortunately, that's life. That's the way it has to be. You can't just have one overwhelming military force in the world that just dominates and dictates the entire world. Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on. You see where I went there. I'm joking. I don't give a shit about it. But my kind of feeling is that, you know, that could be something to look at. So here, example, I know I'm being stalked. There's someone here, because I'm playing with headphones. You should always play these games with headphones. If you don't, go buy some. Like 30 quid, you know, sort of $40 gets you good headphones. It makes you a better player because you can hear people running. So I can hear, and I can see that it's contested. There's still someone definitely here. You know, I don't know what was going on, but it was just wonderful. And so I started doing things, seeing if I could draw him out, because I was certain there was someone here. And the little motion sensor did start picking up somebody, but again, I struggle to read them. I don't know what I'm doing most of the time, but anyway, my feeling is that this gameplay, this ability to kind of not just gank people immediately you see them, that would be more interesting. I think if you want to make a game, I can hear them running now. If you want to just make a game that's just killing people, fair enough. But I love the depth of this. And I think if you're going to make... I mean, Division is a good example of this. You need both PvE and PvP. You need both. You can't have one without the other. There has to be risk and reward. I think you should allow people to also play the Dark Zone quote-unquote game, which is if they want to be just pure PvP and go out and hunt people doing their missions, their mining, whatever it is, fine. But have then some sort of bounty incentive to get people who hunt those people down. So there he is. He finally shows himself. And I'm the arsehole because, look, I shot him. I was basically a dick here. I should not have done that. And I feel bad that I did because I don't think he was actually hostile. And he ran off. And that just, to me, shows he was probably not hostile. He got away. And, you know, fair play to him. So if that was you, very sorry. I did not mean to be alpha bro there. I should have... be nicer. I've seen people try to sort of squat and duck up and down to say don't kill me, and I did wonder what they were doing as I was machine gunning their face. I think I stabbed somebody in the face with the knife, and then I realised he was trying to sort of indicate he was a friendly. Oh well. He obviously legged it because he knew it was me. There we go. But there we go. So here again, figured out how to use signal beacons. Again, signal beacon should be called extraction beacon, but that's just a thought. So many things probably need to do. And I love the little group of people running past me. I don't know if they're coming for me or not, but enjoyed the game, thoroughly loved it. We'll keep playing, we'll keep testing. I hope you enjoyed that. See you next time.